What's up, guys? So it's another video right now, and I'm going to break down one major problem, or let's say one major issue right here with your traders, right? And this include both advanced traders and literally the newbies, right? So the question is always how do you frame a bias in the market, right? And if you're literally looking to flip like we do, right? The question is always how do you frame a bias to be able to have this crazy precision of bias. And for those of you who are particularly new to this particular YouTube channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? So far, these are literally the trades which we already had so far for the week. As you can literally see right here, we actually did complete a flip right now where we did take a 500 to 7K. And this was literally even while recording the previous video, right? And we did take a 100 to 1000, right? And we literally did a 500 to 2500 US, right? So the question is, how do you actually frame a bias in order for you to be able to carry this out easy and also have crazy precision and price? Now, I'm literally going to be showing you a secret hack which I usually use in doing this, right? And how to know if you're ready for a long-term setup, right? Or if you're literally looking to um play a setup that is literally going to be a short term, or if you're looking to do a life-changing flip, if you have to put it that way, right? This is how I usually do put it. So every single time in the market, we always do believe that price is always going to give you scenarios where it's always going to present that particular opportunity, right, where you can literally make crazy money from the market, right? And this includes trades like having this push all the way to the upside and then this push all the way to the downside, right? So we are literally looking out for scenarios where you can be able to capitalize on movement like this to make, should we call it, crazy return on your trade, right? So this is how it's always going to be. Now, as we do look at this particular current chart, right? I'm going to have to use a clean price action. So as we're looking at this particular price action right now, we only do trade based on specific levels and price, right? And these levels are what we actually want to capitalize on both long term and short term, right? So the question is always going to be, how do you know if your trade level is giving you a long term perspective, right, or a short term perspective? And this is one of the critical problems which you actually have to address, right? And you also need to address as a trader, right? So, as I did say, the market is always going to leave a clue, and then it's left for you to know how to capitalize on that, right? So, over here, right? This is the daily, and as I did say previously, right? I'm a day trader, and this means we literally capitalize off 4 hour levels, right? But now, in order for you to be able to know, all right, is this particular setup going to be valid for a long term, or how do I know if I'm literally in for a long term ride or if I'm in for a short term ride, right? The easiest way to do this is to practically use the high time frame confirmation, right? So these are literally short term trades which we actually do have in respect to the market, and also they take long term buys and sell, right? So I'm literally going to use this particular scenario, right, to break this down. Now, I do have right here, we actually do have the presence of a typical SNL level, which is particularly a QML, right? So you can see this is a QML. And as I did say, we only do trade based on 4 hour SNL levels, right? Now, on a normal day, you're meant to take your trade off this and scalp away. Should we say scalp? This is more like a day trading setup, right? I did refer to this, right? So if you're practically new to this, you can click on the link in this particular video description. It will take you to a free Telegram community where I did make a video on this, right? And you can actually look this up. Now, after you're done refining, right? How do you actually know if this is going to be a sustained trend, right? Now, you should remember this works across every single asset and price, including crypto. It includes the crypto market. It includes every single asset you can look up, right? Indices and so on, right? Now, can you add this to your arsenal? You definitely can. And can you actually use this to as a profit, right? And then capitalize on crazy flips? You can. Now, this is practically this right here is practically a QML, right? And if you're looking to know what a QML is, you can look that up. Now, after price is to present this entire run back all the way into this, right? The question is this a valid one? How can we confirm if this is going to be a sustained trade? And the same thing with this, right? How do we confirm if this is going to be a sustained push all the way to the downside? And how do we confirm this, right? Now, whenever price is literally in for a long-term ride, there's always going to be higher time frame confirmation, right? So it's more like when there's practically the absence of the high time frame confirmation, you might literally just want to like play this for a short term ride or possibly a scalp, right? So right here we actually do have the presence of a QML, right? And if you take a look at this on the lower time frame, based on this particular trade we did take, right, we can say this actually did run for a very long one, right? If you're not literally mistaken, this was practically um, a good one, right? So even if you're looking to like flip your account, bro, like if you're literally a newbie and you're looking to like flip your account, this is 200 and over 2,000 pips right here. Okay, this is over 2,000 pips right here. Okay, so you can understand that when you're literally having just a 0.01, you're making over 200 USD, right? So let's say you literally have no capital, right? And you have a 50 bucks account, and then you also this particularly 40, 50 pips as this particular trading method is always going to like give you. So 40, 50 pips in price, and then you literally have your target at this particular high, or let's say you're in for practically, let's say 1,000 pips, right? That's over 100 USD. And then you have 100 USD, you have 10 positions running. That's particularly over 1,000 on particularly 50 bucks, right? So there's literally no limitation with what you can do or to what you can do if you actually understand this particular concept. Now, how do we know if price is going to be on to this side? How do we know if this is going to be like a very sweet ride, right? And the easiest way to like capitalize or know this very, very sure fact, as I did say, is to use the higher time frame confirmation, right? And if this is like if this is like confusing to you on how you can capitalize on this lower time frame, you should like stick to the end of this particular video, right? And you can also look up the previous video made right in this particular YouTube channel. So this was a trade right here. Okay, so how did we actually know that this was going to get sustained all the way to the upside? Now, the easiest way to like go about this, the easiest way to go about this is to switch all the way to the daily. Now, remember you're framing your setup of the 4 hour time frame, right? You're literally going to switch all the way to the daily. So on the daily, right, you actually have just one aim. You actually want to like identify a candlestick that depicts the presence of buyers and sellers, right? So in the entire in your entire learning process as a beginner, right? We all know for sure that when we actually do see the presence of some candlesticks, right, we know that the buyers are in control or literally the sellers are in control, right? So in this particular chart right now, if you're literally asked to like identify, right, for the entire chart, which you actually do have all the way to the downside, you actually do have the presence of this particular bearish engulfing candle, right? And we also do have the presence of this particular this bullish engulfing candle, right? So this is more like a typical confirmation for every single trade which you actually want to take in price, right? So we actually have the presence of a bearish engulfing candle right here. And we also have the presence of a bullish engulfing candle right here. So this is automatically going to tell us that like we should actually see sales and price, right? And it's just definitely going to be like a sustained trend all the way to the downside. So this is a confirmation that all right, the sellers and the buyers are in control, right? And this is more like price making a higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And then price comes back all the way to this. So let's say this is more like price retesting the previous key level. But now, in respect to this, we have a bullish engulfing candle right here, which is present. And this is like literally enough confirmation that you like, bro, the sellers, the buyers are like in control and the sellers are off, right? So for every level which you actually want to take a trade from, right? You actually want to make sure that you have the presence of an engulfing candle, right? Now, it might not necessarily be an engulfing candle. Now, there are literally two ways to like confirm your trade, right? So if you're looking to like frame your bias, for every single trade, you actually want to scale higher to like see what the higher time frame is in, right? If you're literally playing the other side of it, that is to say, if you're looking to like confirm if your entry is on point, right, you should scale higher to the next time frame. Let's say your entry is on the 15 minutes, right? You want to scale to the 1 hour to like confirm the validity of your entry, right? Because it's definitely going to give you another candlestick confirmation. So this particular engulfing candle always ensure the fact that these are engulfing candles, right, always ensure that there's always going to be impulse away from your entry, right? So you can see this was where we actually do frame this entry and then this expanded all the way to the downside. And this was also a bullish aspect of it, right? And then boom, price expanded immediately all the way to the upside. So this is how easy it gets, right? Where you understand how to like go about these entries and then follow the same thing over and over again. So this is just an easy one, right? So if you take a look at another asset and price, let's say we're practically looking at GBP AUD, okay? Okay, this is GBP USD. Now let's say this is GBP USD right here, okay? let's say BTC, for clarity's sake. Now this is BTC right here, okay? So I literally want to show you what happened right now. So this is BTC, right? Now, set up before our time frame, and we actually did have this confirmation. And you can see this was the zone, and then price tapped into this, and boom, quick expansion all the way to the upside. And this right here was the same thing where we actually did have the presence of what? We actually did have the presence of a bullish engulfing candlestick confirming that we are literally bullish, right? And don't forget that in respect to the daily level or daily structure, right? You can see this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, and then price expands, right? So this is the major facet of how you actually like want to approach this, right? And the same thing actually did hold price right there. You can see this daily level, where we actually did have a 4 hour level still, right? Price actually did make a higher high. This did have to propel price all the way to the downside to make this, right? And this is not like me saying you should actually use the daily, right? What I'm trying to say is for us to actually know that this particular level was going to hold price all the way to downside for over 3 days, right? There was a bearish engulfing candle right here that price actually did come to. And if you look at it from the perspective of a key level, right, you're going to see that we actually do have this. You can see for a very short while, the price did present you with this key level right here, okay? This was practically a key level, right? Now we're not going to make use of this because there's no level right here. This was where the level was practically listed. And this is the precision entry, price drop, precision entry. So in order for you to like carry out crazy flips and price go like all you need, all you practically need, right, is not just you only just don't need to just take a trade off any SNL level, right? You need a higher time frame confirmation by a short, right? So in this particular case, all I practically trust 90% of the time or 100% of the time is the presence of engulfing candles, right? But you may literally want to like scale all the way to the higher time frame or look up what is definitely going to be necessary for your own setup, right? As I did say, if you're looking to be part of this free Telegram community where we drop tips, right? You can click on the link in this particular video description, and then it's literally going to take you there. So I'm literally going to like be attempting a documentary, or literally let's say a documentary film, right, for you, and then you also like do want to like follow it up right on how we're taking like a 50 bucks over, let's say maybe 100K dependent, right? Now this is not just by me, as I did get some persons reach out to me and they were like, you know, like we need a documentary and we actually want to follow. So that's it, guys. That's it, guys. Like see you guys on the next slide. Keep on recording.